Welcome to Clayton Valley Presbyterian Church. I'm Kathleen, and I'm glad you're here today for Godly Play. Our program of worship intended for people who are 3 and up and young at heart. We come to the story circle from worship, and a teacher greets us at the door as we get ready to come worship in this space. We're called one by name to come here and join one another. And as we settle ourselves, whoever's teaching that Sunday always greets us in the same way. The Lord be with you. In our room, we are filled with story. The stories of how we worship and celebrate together behind me, parables in the corner, and on either side of the room, the sacred stories from the Hebrew scriptures and the Greek scriptures. Every basket, every box, every tray is a story, and because when we're worshiping here together, we can work with stories we've heard as part of the work time, we need to know where to go to get it and find it when we want to work with it and put it away, of course, so it's there the next time. So watch where I go, over here to the Greek scriptures. Now that we're in the ordinary time, exploring the life of Jesus. I'll get the basket. You'll see. Oh, it's heavy. Look. It looks important. Yes. Let's get ready. Basket in a basket. And green for the ordinary time. Yes. When the rains come, hopefully our hills will be green again too, like this green. See. What is this? Ah, yes. Of course. A road. Each year, the people of God would go to Jerusalem, to the temple, to celebrate the Passover and remember how God loved them and saved them. This year, Joseph and Mary were very happy because Jesus was old enough to come to the temple with them. They walked from Nazareth, probably with friends and neighbors, family members, walked and talked and made their way. Perhaps the children playing games along the way, laughing, tag maybe, something like that. The grown-ups probably chatting about what grown-ups chat about. When they got to Jerusalem, they were able to go to worship at at the temple. And then they could celebrate the great feast of the Passover, a special day. Have the special foods and the special words that go with that day. And then it was time to go back to Nazareth, go back to work. They had to walk. So they gathered up their things the next day and got back on the road to go home. They walked a long way. And as it was getting toward evening, and they were going to stop and make a meal, Mary and Joseph looked around for Jesus. They went to where the group of children were playing and asked where Jesus was, and the other children said they didn't know, they hadn't seen him. What? Where was he? They looked everywhere. They thought he was with them. Where could he be? They left the group. They went all the way back looking along the way. Where had he gone? Where could he be? They were frantic. Where was their son? They finally got all the way back to Jerusalem. They looked all over Jerusalem, where they'd eaten, where they'd stayed, and they went back to the temple. And there, they found Jesus talking with the rabbis, with the teachers. He was asking them questions, but also what they saw when they got there was that the rabbis, the teachers, were listening to Jesus. And they rushed up. And they asked Jesus the question that parents always ask children and that children could never answer. Where have you been? Why did you do this? Didn't you know we were worried sick? And Jesus was confused. He looked at Joseph and he looked at his mother Mary and said, "Didn't you know I would be in my Father's house?" Well, Joseph was a carpenter in Nazareth. Mary and Joseph did not understand. But they took Jesus and they went home and they never forgot. Now I wonder, if there's a part of the story that you like a lot, maybe that you like the best. I wonder if someone asked you what the most important part of the story is, what you would say. I wonder if there's some part of the story that's about you. Maybe if you're a parent who temporarily lost a child, you can be these parents wondering where their boy is. Or maybe if you're the child, a girl or a boy, who's gone someplace they were curious about and wasn't thinking about the grown-ups in his life. Maybe that's about you. wonder if there's some part of the story that makes you wonder. You may want to read more about it. You may want to study more about it. But until we come together again, may this story remain in your heart. And may the Lord bless you and keep you.